Okay, so welcome to FinTech Close-Up. One more time? Yes, perfect. So FinTech Close-Up is a series of events where we invite FinTech founders, FinTech key employees to tell their story, how they have built companies, products, businesses. My name is Valdis Bergs. I'm FinTech Business Education Lead here at RBS Baltic Finance Center. And today we have a very special guest, a very known brand in Latvia, household brand I would say, but we don't know much about them, so they are a bit hiding with their story. So I'm glad that today with us is Chairman of the Board from Mobility, Valdis Bergs. Hi Valdis, nice to have you here.
Hi.
So, before we jump into the mobility story, students always are wondering who are those people who build these products. So maybe you can tell about your background, so what you have done before the mobility and what has been your experience so far.
So I'm a lawyer. It's maybe not that typical in IT and tech industry. So I worked as a sworn attorney. And I did mostly M&A work, and well, my beginnings with the mobility were when mobility started having some disputes with its major client. It was 2013, so more than 10 years ago, and there was a detailed action plan on what to do, and so from that grew other solutions, other things that I started doing for mobility, and that's where I am, and I'm the chairman of the board of mobility for the last 7 years. So and last year we did an MBO, so currently I with my partners have full ownership company.
Okay, and before mobility, so what you did in your career or education before the mobility? So what's
I graduated University of Latvia with a master's degree in law. I started my work still as a student at the public procurement office. I spent some 3 years at the public procurement office. Then I moved to a private company, and then I moved to a law office BDO. I obtained my sworn attorney certificate that I still hold. Mm-hmm. After that, I also with some partners established my own law office, which I still own. And then came mobility, so not a lot of companies I worked for.
Yeah, but that's good. The loyalty is good, so you can build up your knowledge in a few places. Yeah. So in mobility, you went through this dispute, and then you started to acquire some new positions there as well. So what's these 7 years?
So I did in a sister company. First, I did IT projects for government projects. The company is still operational, and I was there until the MBO of mobility. So we did some transactional IT system development and similar. So I learned how to manage IT products and procurement. So my public procurement office background helped, and we did a lot of IT development. And well, mobility is part financial company, as we are a licensed e-money institution, and we are part IT company because we develop all our core systems in-house. And we not only do that, we go further down the value chain, and we develop also back-end systems for our customers.
Okay, so your skills, there is a mix of IT and law yeah, together, which is a unique skill set. Okay, so maybe for those who are not familiar with mobility, I'm not sure that there is someone who is not familiar. Let's check who don't know mobility, who haven't heard about it. Yeah, so see, all your clients, right? But how you would describe the core business model of the mobility? So you said there is already several things mobility does, but what is like your consideration? What is the core business model for mobility?
So the core business model is to provide best customer service. So we are a client-first company. So that's our main value. Our main value is the client, and we think that the better you provide the service to the customer and the better you solve customers' problems, the more successful you will be. And of course, it involves IT, customer support, legal, etc. But the common goal is to help the customer. So we keep our in-house client service. That is not a thing a lot of companies like us do. So every workday from 8 in the morning to 8 in the evening, so it's our own employees, and we have metrics how we evaluate the work of our customer service. We also keep our product team in house, our UX design. Of course, we also make mistakes, and then we try to correct them, but we do. And we allow our customers also to make mistakes. We forgive them. And we have a special budget allocated to that. So if a customer makes a mistake, he makes a payment where he shouldn't presses a button he doesn't understand, we give back the incorrectly paid amounts. So we try to be help to our customers, not just a cold IT or banking system. And I think that is our has been our key to success.
Okay, good. So you kind of phrase that your key business model is to help customers. Yeah? So maybe just to be a bit more practical. So what kind of services you offer right now? Yeah? So what is in your portfolio for the customers?
So our main focus is on mobility payments. So we have parking payments. Parking payment is our largest business line, even as of today. The next is public transport. So trains, intercity buses, Riga city public transport, Liepājas city public transport, which is currently on white label on their own app, but we think that we will gradually also get it in the mobility app, but it's also our product and our system. And then our other services, some are related to mobility, like car washes, EV charging. EV charging is a small but growing quite fast business line. We have EV charging is apart from parking. EV charging is a pan-Baltic product, so you can charge your car paying with mobility across all Baltic states in a lot of EV charging networks, the largest EV charging networks. And then we have other services like museum tickets, different some event tickets, etc. So we will add new products to the app, and our goal is to become your one everyday payment super app. So what we want to do, we want Nauris for his small everyday payments, either it's public transport, parking, school children, lunches, museums, different small bills, gym bill, to use mobilely.
So, yeah, cool. Okay, let's do some check with the audience. So, who has used mobility for public transportation? Okay, good. Who has used for parking? Who has used for museum tickets? Okay, there is at least one. Okay, good. So we can see that this, what you actually says, that's true also in our audience. Yeah. So maybe you can share what is the next exciting product that you will add to mobility app. So if you can disclose that.
I won't disclose it at the moment, but we are working on new products, and they will be both geographically in other countries, and there will be also new products for the Latvian market. One I can disclose, which we have the agreements in place and where we are working on it. It's the LTG Link. It's the Lithuanian railway train tickets. So we hope that we will be a train ticket payment app across the Baltics by the end of this year.
Oh, cool. Okay, let's talk a bit numbers, because it's interesting to see how big you actually are. So there is not much information in public space. So how many customers do you have in the Latvia? So how big you are in Latvia?
At the end of last year, we had a bit more than 500,000 customers. We had 507,000.
Okay, good. So it's almost half of adults could be there, right? So from the population which is using on daily basis. Yeah. Okay. So how many employees are in the mobility?
Currently, we are 35.
35 only.
Yeah.
Right.
We're 35. So no, we mobility was never like a startup. We never raised funds like went public, A series, B series, stages. We never did that. Mobility's growth was very gradual, and we spent only our earnings. Of course, the founders, until their exit last year, were unhappy because we didn't pay also any dividends, and all the revenue was reinvested. Yes, but we grew very slowly in terms of employees, and that also worked well for us during crisis, during COVID crisis that did hit us hard. So we've had this gradual growth path, and we keep very lean management. So we don't have like any secretaries and any staff that we deem unnecessary.
We're lean company.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay, interesting. So I'm not sure that you know from top of your head, but how many transactions per day maybe is happening on mobility app? Do you have some kind of approximate number?
Transactions per day, I would say more than 1 million. But
per day?
Yes, but I don't have the exact number.
Okay, but still it's like huge volume for Latvia. Yeah, so.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Let's maybe move on to the next. So you already mentioned there were like few things that I heard as challenges for mobility throughout the years. Yeah? So one was the COVID, and then you also mentioned the management buyout. So maybe can you say what's in your opinion, the 3 major milestones that mobility has stuck throughout the years? So mobility has quite a long history already. So what are the key moments?
In mobility's history, well, mobility has quite a long history of more than 20 years. And that it started as an SMS payment company. So the idea of the founders was that in 2003 that you could pay for parking in Riga with an SMS. So they started to go around the town with this idea and tell people, also people in the city council, that, well, it would be a good idea. A few months later, there was a company established, it was called at that time Business on Air, not by the founders of Mobily, but some other guys
who heard the idea, yeah?
who heard the idea closer to the city council, and those guys managed to get the agreement with the city, so that they can do that. And for about a year, they tried to set up this service. They failed. And they came back to the guys with the original idea and said, well, maybe you want to buy us out. And so the founders bought the company Business on Air with their original idea, and that was the beginning of Mobily. And they had the IT skills to start the service. So I think that's like the beginning, the first.
Yeah, the inception was already complicated, yeah, not like.
Oh, and it was a very interesting beginning. The next, which also started my path with Mobily, was then after some years, Mobily had been operational for already 10 years. The city council changed, and the biggest customer of Mobily at that time said, well, we are terminating your agreement. We'll make our own parking service SMS with also an app, so we don't want to be in. So there was like quite a complex plan, included both legal and public activities. And one of the public activities was that Mobily asked its clients to write emails to the mayor of Riga, don't close it down. And so the secretariat of the mayor's office received some 5,000 to 10,000 letters, which crashed the email system. So that attracted some attention, and jointly with other activities, so the political establishment has changed again, but we are still here, so I'm quite happy for that.
Okay. Yes. Afterwards, when you are okay, that was another major turn point. So, within the last 10 years, has there been anything else happened?
COVID time was quite interesting, and
so what happened? The demand just dropped.
Of course, yeah. Demand dropped like 70 to 80% because of all the lockdowns.
Yeah.
So
no parkings, no public transport.
So you couldn't go anywhere. So there was no need for parking. There was no need for public transport. So all mobility just stalled. And we, as a financial institution, did not have the rights to receive any government grants. So
no support as well.
Yeah. So from legal perspective, we are treated like a financial institution as we are, but that means that even if we work in a small sector like mobility, we are not eligible to state aid. So we had to do something. We had to pivot. So we did a lot of IT development. We did the portal Monovakcina. I'm sure, I hope that some of you have used it. and we did the COVID certificate QR app. That's also our product. So we did a lot of IT development, and if, as you can see from our public numbers, so we survived quite well.
So you just reshift your focus and actually on development side and provide services of the IT services.
Yes,
not,
yes.
Not the mobility anymore,
So we were lean.
yeah.
We had in-staff development, and I'm very proud of our developers. So very skilled developers, and we could shift our focus, not to lose our staff. We did have to apply some austerity measures, but not to extent that it would hurt the company.
Okay, okay. No, interesting. Okay, let's check in with the audience. So maybe we have some first questions from the audience. Yep, just get the mic.
RTU?
So first of all, I have a question. How does mobility actually make money? Because last time I checked, the price, for example, of a single ticket is 1.5 euros, and the same price is, well, pretty much at any Riga Satexme kiosk.
So we have in different business lines, the approach may differ, but it's always commission based. So in ticket sales, we receive a commission from the public transport company for sales, and it is also equal to the one they pay Narvesen kiosk for ticket sales. So the public transport company pays some commission. In parking, it's also commission based. So either the public parking operator pays commission, or we charge a transaction fee on top. There are products where we only charge a transaction fee on top. For example, Jūrmala city entrance fee, because it's a local government levy, like a tax, and they don't have the right to pay a commission, so we charge it on top. So it's always commission based.
All right, thank you.
Okay, do we have another question? Yes, please throw the mic. Check here, check the mic. Yep. Okay. Yes, catch. Yep, good catch. Yep, you can go on.
Yes, I have maybe even two questions. One question is, how do you see your rivalries?
Rivals, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one question, because I have noticed just mobility there was, and then you can just see that, oops, there is another provider of this service. So I need to make agreement to agree with two companies. No, unfortunately, yes. And second question is about a little bit similar with weeks. Yes, for example, I just checked the price for train ticket, and I haven't used your app, because it was new. I have this Goda Dimena card, and for some period there was no discount. You couldn't use this Goda Dimena card. Maybe I couldn't find it. And now I checked. You have this possibility, but therefore I used train,
yeah.
no passenger vilciens. Yeah. And now I have noticed that your ticket price is 2 cents less than even passenger vilciens. I don't know what. That's the second question. How it's possible? Yeah, how it can be? Yes, maybe.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So what about the competition? The first competition. So who do you consider as your main competitors? Maybe to extend this question, and how you see it?
So in each business line there is some competition. For example, in parking, I'm sure you were talking about parking. It's Europark. And Europark is like vertically integrated company who has in our parking lots, because Europark is also a parking operator, you will use only our app, and we will not allow any third-party apps. So that was their decision. Europark was our client until 2020. It was bought out by Lithuanian Unipark, and as Unipark had their own payment app, so they said, use only our app. So, but in Latvian market, it is the only one. So there's only one parking operator who does that. We would gladly work with them, and there are some their clients that ask for mobily. So in some Europark parking lots, you can pay with mobily, but of course it's the question of the agreement with the owner, the ultimate owner of the parking lot. And I'm sure that, this will continue for some time. Perhaps there will be other owners of Europark who will reconsider, or we will...
10,000 emails could help, right?
I doubt that, because we would need to send them to Vilnius, to the owners of Europark. But
and outside of the parking space, do you see some competitors?
Outside of the parking space, in some areas like for train tickets, there is also the VV app, the train company itself. In bus tickets, there is the Bezrindas.
It's like niche.
It's like niche, yes. For example, in EV charging, I think almost every EV charging operator has also his own app. But in some markets like EV charging, they are very interoperable. So you can use any app, and so any payment provider can work with the pricing to attract customers. So the same what we do with the train tickets. So we are free according to the law on public transport. We are free to make our commission on the end price of the ticket from the central ticketing warehouse as we fit up to a certain cap. So we do keep the prices a bit lower to attract customers, and I hope it works for us. So
that's why you can offer cheaper price, few cents, because the base price is from the central. What you mentioned?
Yes.
Central.
So, yes.
And
so
then everyone is adding on top their profit margin.
Yes. So it's very good regulation. It's very good for the competition that we have like a greenfield regulation here on regional public transport ticket sales. It has not been implemented everywhere. It's currently implemented for train tickets and some bus routes, but gradually I hope it will be implemented across the whole regional public transport. It's based on the Netherlands model, and it's quite progressive. So Lithuania and Estonia doesn't have such regulation, but it means that any ticket sales company can come and take the ticketing from the central API and use their own pricing model. So it's very open to competition.
Okay, interesting. All right, good. One more question? Yeah.
Thank you. I was the least sporty child in my family. So my brothers played basketball, but I didn't. It's very fascinating. I have a rather complex question, but I'll try to set it out simply. So there are a couple of well-known facts that state entities are very bad at designing their own digital systems, as we know from e-Veselība and others. That's fact number one. When the state wants to procure digital systems from others, it's also usually quite bad at the procurement process because it wants to, over-orchestrate it, and it's not very good at that. But then for the types of products that you build, right, where you need to collaborate with the municipality or the government, etc. I've had my own experience in an NGO-based digital system where as soon as it makes sense to have this public-private partnership where someone actually comes with a relatively developed product and there is a partnership, but at that point usually the state becomes very, very reluctant to engage because of procurement, and then they say, oh, we need to create a competition, etc., etc. With your letter strategy, etc., you have managed to overcome those bumps in a way, but do you have any advice for maybe any other startup people who have startup ideas for whom the startup idea requires getting this buy-in from a big partner like that, like a municipality or the government, how to go about it? And how did you manage to do that with this vaccine app, etc.?
Okay, so the first advice: don't work with the government.
Yes.
It's like
The second 10,000 emails can solve an issue. Yeah, so.
if you have to do that, if your business depends on it. So the government works very, very slowly. Even with the best intentions and the friendliest institution who is already your client will be 10 times slower than the expectations. It's like, for example, with this central ticketing warehouse. So central ticketing warehouse in the whole of ticket sales should have been implemented by 2021. It was written in the law. Now we are in 2025. It's implemented in about the third of the public transport. So you
cannot rely on the timeline.
No,
right?
you cannot base a business plan on government procurement. Also, for example, you have done like everything, and the product is being tendered out. So there will be complaints, re-evaluations, and with the snap, 1 year is gone. So, and your cash flow plan goes down the drain. So you can't build a business relying on government, unless, and that's with COVID and events like that. You know, there is this black swan event, like the term, which is an life-changing event that nobody expects. That forces the government to act swiftly, because a lot is at stake. You know, you need the certificate, you need the vaccine, so you are afraid that the consequences will be much bigger and worse if you don't act. And then if you are ready, if you have a development staff, if you have a track record that, well, we know how to build apps, and we have the resources to do that, and we didn't do that alone. There was a consortium of Latvian IT companies who did all the IT at that time, and we were just one part of that. So you do that, it's being at the right time, at the right place, but no, the main advice is don't work with the government.
All right, good. Yeah, so we will check them in the audience a bit later, but now moving to the next topic is, so how would you consider, what are the key drivers for or enablers for mobility's growth? Yeah, so maybe like from last 10 years and also in the future? So what you think, what is the key drivers for you?
One I mentioned before, of course, it's the client service, so the happy client, and our main metric is not the EBITDA, but the number of active clients. So we want the client to use our app frequently, and we want them to be happy. So we allocate a lot of time in improvement of our client service. So as an example, not long ago, we noticed that the waiting time for your calls is getting quite long. And we put a lot of resources to minimize that, and now we should be back for a waiting time less than a minute for 85% of the calls. And we call back those with a longer waiting time. So client service. And of course, now we are looking quite heavily in geographic expansion. So first it's new products, Lithuania and Estonia, and we are also looking to go outside the Baltics with M&A strategy. So we will be expanding, most probably also raising capital for our expansion plans. So let's talk about it when that happens. But we are now in expansion phase, like faster expansion phase when in the first time of Mobily's history because of our gradual growth. So it's a very interesting time for me and for the whole company.
Okay, so the customer, how you define active customers? It's like customers who do some transaction?
Yes, active customer is a customer in the previous period, for example, in the previous year, who has done at least one monetary transaction.
Okay, so it's a yearly, so actually quite a long retention rate, retention term. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then the next growth phase then for Mobily is actually to go outside of Baltics. So in 20 years you have kind of acquired the market here in Latvia. Yeah? So now you have to go outside. Very good. So maybe a little bit about your product building mindset. You already mentioned that the customer is the key. Yeah? So how you actually practically do that? Do you create some kind of customer feedback loops, like you have some focus groups, or you interview customers? So when you have to do something new, so is there some process how you involve the customer?
Yes, so we have a lot of testing phases. So we did an app update in the beginning of this year. It was the largest update, I think, in the history of Mobily app, because we had to change some technologies to allow new products to be added. So there was a lot of work. We did our internal testing first, which is our employees and especially our client service, who already know what issues are most concerning to our customers. And then we invite people in the focus group to test the app, and we had a group of about 100 people.
Okay. From outside the company?
From outside, yes. Yes, to test that. And we failed quite miserably because there were a lot of complaints about the new app. And we concluded that our focus group was not diverse enough. So there were, because we invite people, so those who say yes, I am willing to come. There are like very tech-savvy people
Okay,
who
they're
like
similar.
technology.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we need old people who put a very large font on the app. And one of the problems was that if you put a large font, especially in older Android models, it functioned quite badly. So you need people who you need large letters. You needed more older Android versions. So what happened? The testing group, although large in number of people, was not diverse enough. So we needed to invite our relatives, our parents, and make the focus group much diverse. So that's like a mistake we have to learn from.
So even the process was in place, the good practice was in place, the group was not the right diversity. Yeah, okay, that's interesting lesson learned. So most likely the mobility will not go through such kind of update soon, yeah, but to remember maybe on next
But still,
time.
we will launch new products. We will have updates. So diversity of the focus group it's quite important, and we learned the hard way.
Okay, interesting. So let's check with the audience. Do you have some questions? Yeah.
Yes.
Catch the mic.
So first of all, compliment about your new app. When the news came, I was afraid that the app will crash, knowing how hard it is. My question is, you mentioned you are a very lean company from management point of view, but your plans on expanding are quite big. So I wonder, from the owner's perspective, how do you feel right now? Would you one day consider going like also with your company as a public company, like meaning IPO, many shareholders instead yourselves as the owners? How would you feel about it? Would you consider?
We would certainly consider one day. And we have discussed it, but of course it's not yet the time. So what I wouldn't want to do, I wouldn't want to do like small IPO in Latvia. If you are doing something, you have to do it right. So when we are at least 100 million value company, we will do it in Frankfurt. So that would be like an acceptable goal.
Okay.
Maybe more personal question. Did I understand correct? You are still working also as attorney. You just hold
I have not like suspended my attorney's certificate. I don't work actively as an attorney. I have some cases which, as you know, go quite long in the Latvian legal system. And there are some that I don't want to drop for some various reasons what I have started, and it allows me to let's say keep my legal competence alive and not to lose that part of skills. So I still do that.
Yeah, I like the question about the IPO. Let's do again small survey. Who would buy mobility stock? Okay, see, there are investors out there, so maybe you should consider it. Yeah, but of course the IPO is a big event for the company, so it should be played, and you can do it one time. Yeah. So good. So do we have any other questions from? Yeah.
So I wanted to ask about the expansion of Mobily. I think you've said that, first of all, you want to expand more in the borders of Latvia, correct? So, as I understand, well, of course, besides Riga and Liepaja, Latvia doesn't have very many cities with sort of an advanced transport network. So, where do you plan to expand next, like Daugavpils or Ventspils?
I don't think that in Latvia Mobily can expand heavily in the current business lines. What we are doing, we are working on new products. So, meaning new services for which you can pay with Mobily. For example, school children lunches. So there is currently one company which provides such a service. Perhaps there is a place for another. So we are looking into new business lines. In the current business lines, of course, there is still growth because there are a lot to do in the public transport. For example, also in Riga, the discount tickets, student tickets, we have to start selling those. There are opportunities in the parking market. Parking market is still growing. It's quite growing. It's going outside of the city center.
Suburbs.
Yes, to suburban areas a lot. Actually, outside Riga. To the seaside, to touristy areas, and I think that parking still has quite large growth potential. But of course, there is some limit to which we can grow here in Latvia. That's why we are looking at potential geographical growth outside.
Also, you said that it's well, not a very good idea to work with government institutions. But on the other hand, it sounds like you still plan to do so. Like, for example, implementing school lunches and other sorts of like parking services.
Parking, it's mostly private. The largest parking client, of course, is the Riga city. So there we work, but the growth is happening in private. So the real boom is in private parking. In school lunches, etc. Of course, there the merchant is the lunch provider, so it's not like a public tender. So we, of course, work with the local government, and we think that we have know-how. You have just to consider in the time frame that everything will be 5 times longer than you expected, and that's it. And of course, public procurement is a bit like playing in the casino, because you will never know on the prices, and it is well, it's a problem in not only in IT, that public procurement is very price dependent. So the procurement authorities mostly evaluate only the price. So there are some qualification criteria, and then it's just the price. And and there are players in the market who place quite low prices, lower than there should be, like in the market. So it's yeah, like playing a bit of casino. So you can't rely on that. But otherwise, for our growth, it's not critical. And we are, of course, a financial service company, and we we don't have to rely on development services.
Mhm. And what about other countries like Estonia or Lithuania?
We are in Estonia with parking, so you
Mhm.
can pay for extended parkings, and you will be able to do that with snub parkings in a few months. So we are there. We have not invested a lot in marketing. We are in Estonia, Lithuania with EV charging. So in all the Baltic states, you can pay in most EV charging networks with mobily. We will have Lithuanian Railway, the LTG link this year. So currently we are going with our gradual growth strategy. But of course, at some point, we will have to become faster. Either it will be also with some M&A or with new products, but we will be there.
All right, so we have to move on. Sorry, we have to move on to the next questions. We will have time after the FinTech Close-Up as well to talk with Valdis. He will not run away, hopefully. But let's a bit zoom out. So with all the technology development happening around the globe, with AI and blockchain, do you maybe also virtual reality? So have you looked on what this can bring to you? You also already mentioned the customer service. So have you tried to apply some of the technologies which are emerging to make your company even leaner and more efficient? So, or how you see what could be there for you in the emerging technology space?
AI.
AI.
Yes. So I was told that McKinsey consultants give one advice to their customers: raise prices and AI. So we are currently investing in AI tools. We do not use generic models. We are building our own because we have a lot of customer service data. So what we want to achieve Copilot for our customer service. So let's see how that goes. But it's not as easy as advertised. So it's not like ask ChatGPT something, but it's actually to make it work and to make it work a bit close to the real client service. So it takes a lot of time and resource. So we are doing that. I think that it will be good help to the client service. It will not substitute, but it will allow us to scale, to have more resource to scale and not to heavily increase the customer service costs. Yeah, so a lot of work has to be in AI. In small payments business, I don't see a lot of place for Web3 or
Cryptocurrencies,
crypto. Yeah, because we are in everyday payments. So when it's not like commonly used, what will be quite interesting for European payments companies, for fintechs, if the digital euro will happen. Central bank digital currencies is quite an interesting topic to think about. It will change the financial landscape a bit, because from our business perspective, bank commissions is our second largest cost after salaries. It's a large expense point, and a lot could be done about that.
You're involved in digital euro somehow, right?
Yes, I was in the digital euro expert group for some time.
Yeah. What was been done? What has been done there? So it's just like coming together and try to figure out how it should work, or what?
Yeah. So European Central Bank procured such a commission to come up with the views of the industry. Can it be done? If it can be done, how should it be done? And what would be like the common rules? Because what ECB wants to do, they want to make digital euro legal tender, like official currency, which you are obligated to accept. And now they are in the second phase of evaluation, that is technical evaluation. Of course, it's a very costly and ambitious project. Of course, with a clear political goal to minimize the payment what goes to American card schemes like Visa and MasterCard. So that money flows outside of EU to American companies, and there is a political will to reduce that.
Mm-hmm.
Will that happen or not? Nobody knows.
What's your opinion?
If
If
it will take a lot of time. So they are saying like 2030.
Almost there already.
Yeah. So not before 2050. So yeah. So.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. Yeah. So we have to slowly start to wrap up our discussion. And so maybe last questions from audience. Okay. Yeah.
Can I throw from here?
What advice would you give for aspiring young tech entrepreneurs in Latvia?
Be persistent. So what I think is the main core to mobility's success, the gradual success, it's persistence. And the second advice, of course, is to be very open to new ideas and say yes. For this event, my colleague, the CEO of Mobility, Dirt Slavinch, was scheduled. His photo is on the small paper at the entrance. And on Friday, he told me, "Oh, I promised these guys to come to this talk, but I forgot that I promised to take my 87-year-old aunt to the theater tonight. Please go in my place." So, and I said yes. So that sums up our work environment, not only for like this small happening, but like in business. So yeah, we make mistakes, we correct, we help each other, we are quite open.
Great. Yeah.
Maybe two questions on something that you've touched.
Take a mic.
So two questions on what you've touched. Since this is FinTech, you are licensed as an institute.
Yes.
What benefits have you seen from that for yourself, given that you said that banking fees are still like your second largest expense? Yeah. And the second question, partnerships, since you've mentioned internal partnerships, how is your current experience with Civinity, your new partners? What have you learned from them? Of course, the time has been brief, but...
Yeah, so we have to be licensed to work. We have to be licensed to hold clients' funds in our wallets, clients' wallets in Mobily. We could, as a mobility payments app, do a bit outsource that functionality to some white label fintech, but we have never done that. So one of our core principles is to have that competence inside the company. So the client service, the development, so also the necessary licensing, so that creates value. If you outsource everything, so your value decreases, and that not only allows us to operate, and although the license has some administrative burden and some costs, we have some business benefits as whilst we can hold the client's funds, we can decrease the costs on the business. We can operate the whole EU-wide. That's another advantage. We are currently working on some products where we will have PSD2 functionality that does require additional license, but as we have this knowledge in-house, we can, I think, quite easily do that. So there are some benefits. We would not be as valuable if we wouldn't have that license. Of course, it's not easy to hold and to have all the procedures in place, etc. But it's also not that
There's
tough.
more benefits than drawbacks.
Than drawbacks,
that.
yeah. And regarding Civinity, I am quite fond of our partners, and I like working closely with them, especially on new products in their area of expertise. And I think that we make quite a good team.
Can you elaborate for those who don't know what is your partnership with Civinity?
So Civinity is a shareholder of Mobily and now our close cooperation partner. And
strategic partner to
strategic partner, yes, yes, and we hope to rely a lot of their expertise also in the Lithuanian market, is their main home market, and I think that a lot of good collaboration can come out of that.
Perfect. Yeah, so as this guy stole my last question, which I wanted to ask you already, yes, about the advice. Yeah, so just to summarize our whole discussion, the persistence and the good partnerships, of course, is a key moment in any business, and also the Mobily is a good evidence where we can see that this helps to build good businesses. So as we have to wrap up, I want to say huge thanks to Valdis for coming here and being here with the story. Also, I want to say huge thanks to all the guests which came in this semester, and our audience as well, which was here on site and also on YouTube channel and online. We will continue the FinTech Close-Up series in the next semester, which will start in September. So follow us on the LinkedIn on Baltic Finance Center, and we will keep you posted with the next upcoming events. Thank you very much, and wish you all the best.